Welcome back to the Big Brown Sack. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of this podcast that is slowly turning into a show. Because if you want to fully optimize your enjoyment out of the BBS, out of the Big Brown Sack, you're going to want to go over to YouTube. Today we have a treat for your eyes. 2 hot blondes cuddled up on the sack, sharing a blanket. God forbid, please.
Who doesn't love 2 hot blondes cuddle around a sack?
2 chicks in a sack.
Hey, yep. 2 chicks in a sack, and just Dayna and Joe on the side. It is really something. You're going to want to go over to YouTube. Thank you for joining us, ladies. We're going to start by...
You're forgetting one thing. It's the Christmas episode.
Oh, it is the motherfucking Christmas episode.
It's the Christmas episode. And the people go crazy.
We clearly didn't fully go in on that.
We told them to show up in Christmas gear, and they didn't, but we gave them a plaid red blanket, and that's fine.
And if you're watching the video, there's a third guest, and that is an official Nutcracker from the Nutcracker Live Pittsburgh Theater, the Byam Theater. So go ahead, head over to the YouTube, and if you really want to enjoy the Big Brown Sack, check us out on OnlyFans, where you'll see the full uncut version of this episode. We're all going to have a foursome.
It's going to be crazy. We don't need to be dressed in Christmas gear because we're all going to take it off later.
Just the hat.
Yeah, just the hat on my headphones. Just headphones, hats, and microphones.
There you go.
Okay, so before we get into it, just so you guys can get the lay of the land of what we're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about how we know these lovely ladies, little backgrounds on them, our friendship, our history, and then we're going to get into our Think, Laugh, Cry, which Courtney has coined as our Live, Laugh, Loves. And that's about all that you can expect from us. Is there anything else we need to say to tee up the episode before we let these lovely ladies actually get a word in?
I mean, think, laugh, cry, live, laugh, love. We needed some kind of theme. We still don't really know what we're doing. But
something
hey,
to give us direction.
You know, if you're listening, we appreciate you. I know we just started to have non-family, non-friend listeners. So if you're here and you're listening, thank you so much. And we hope you enjoy the episode today. But yes, ladies, we prompted you with one question. There might be some things that, we ask you today that you don't see coming, but one question that you do know is coming is, has there been something, preferably along the lines of Christmas, that has been making you think, has been making you laugh, potentially has been making you cry, tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of sadness, God forbid.
God forbid.
I mean,
Christmas makes you
so
cry
ladies,
sometimes.
What are your topics?
Well,
what are you bringing us
We're not getting
today?
into it right away. God forbid.
Okay.
Please.
Dayna has something special planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Day.
We're not aligned. Let's give the audience kind of just the lay of land of who they're hearing from.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah,
let's talk a little bit about how we know these lovely
Background.
ladies. Let's let them introduce themselves, speak for themselves.
I kind of want to hear what your intro of us is, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're going to do it better than me.
Let's see. I mean, I didn't prep anything. I'm just going to speak from the heart. Okay. But you're looking at 2 of my closest and greatest friends. 2 women that I met after college, which is really lovely, in the workplace. We began a job all together around the same time. You guys were in the same onboarding group. I was a few months before you. We have a meet cute.
We have a meet cute. You guys were talking about last episode, Peyton and Joey. They have a very cute meet cute. Go ahead and check out that episode.
So we all start in a tech company in Seattle, and Joe and I start at the same time in the same onboarding group a few months before Erika and Courtney start in the same onboarding group. And we quickly become best friends. I was immediately intimidated by you guys. I mean, when I'm the hot shot and then these 2 hot young blondes pop in, I'm like, you're here to steal my thunder. We're going to have a problem.
We formed an alliance.
But we formed an alliance.
Yeah, it did take a couple
that was
days.
a few days.
Yeah.
And then where I was like, I'm obsessed with these women.
So we all know each other from the workplace.
Yes, we do.
Actually, we all met each other at work. But this is going to be an NSFW episode, so don't be playing this on your laptops at work. But not suitable for work.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not
yes.
suitable.
Okay. I was
Nobody
wondering
knew that.
too.
Okay,
No.
great. Good thing we covered that.
What the hell is even that?
So
We quickly become friends.
What was it like going into that atmosphere? Because it's a tech startup. It's a bunch of young people. Like, a lot of my best friends in Seattle are from that company. What was it like for you to joining that company, meeting
please
me,
say your
meeting
names
Dayna?
before
Oh,
we begin
yes.
speaking.
I'm Erika.
Thank
So
you.
nice to meet you all.
She's a true sacker. I mean,
Yeah.
Courtney, I know you're a sacker, but Erika's really sacking it up.
I
She
have
does good with the references.
I have a sticker on my water bottle.
Oh,
I never got a sticker. I thought I won that contest.
Damn, we got
got
here.
it.
Oh my god. Oh
So-
wait, you have an envelope for her.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why. Sweet.
go.
Awesome. This is going on my water bottle.
Yeah, here.
Perfect.
But yeah, so working. Are we saying the name of the company?
No.
No,
Okay.
yeah, don't.
So that was not my first tech company. I had previously been at another one. So it was my kind of second go around at a big office culture where everyone was the same age. And so I knew going into that you have to form alliances and you have to make friends to really like last. And Courtney was the first person I met and we were instant friends.
And
More-
you guys have
more
been
instant
really
than anyone
close.
else. Yeah.
I mean, you guys have done
People
ski
are like
trips,
surprised
like-
that we weren't friends prior.
Yeah.
And I also knew like a couple people at this company, but Courtney knew a lot of people. So she really guided me as well because
Well
you kind of had some
networked.
inside scoop.
networked.
Well, we were lucky because I still feel lucky about this today, but we joined in May. It was beginning of May, and I felt like the majority of the people that I knew at this company started in July or June.
Yeah.
Because it was after UW spring graduation.
Yes.
So long story short, I didn't get into the business school, but it allowed me to graduate early. So I was able to graduate in March, which let me start this job in May.
You had an early start to your career.
Yes. And I think
Right out of college.
Yes, and that like put me in the best position possible. Like I look back on my life and that's like the number one reason like I think everything happens for a reason. Like I was so heartbroken at the time when I didn't get in, and then I realized like getting in and being able to start my career early, like ahead of this group of like 30 that came in June. Like
Yeah, there were
and
small-
she got Rookie of the Month.
Shout out.
She did.
Shout
I was so proud.
You're looking at two very successful women.
Very
in their
successful
careers,
women.
working at very impressive companies.
Wow. The crowd loves it. The crowd loves it.
Very impressive companies. Like honestly, in a way, like living out your dreams. I would say both of you
In an
Which is,
independent
like-
way. In an independent way.
Like I'm literally getting goosebumps. But I just think Erika, you are such, and people say like the word girl, but like, and like it's hard to even define what that means. And I think that means something like different for everyone. Like a girl's girl is like someone that stands up for girls, or a girl's girl is like someone who like doesn't flirt with someone's boyfriend, which is just like being a good person.
yeah, that should probably be like a normal girl.
Yeah, just like a normal person.
Yeah.
But like you're a girl's girl in the sense that I do think you would have been such an addition to an organization like a sorority.
Yeah.
And you would have just curated an incredible system.
you would have been a huge value add. I think that's pretty clear.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean.
It's a shame.
But hey,
Shame.
so you say,
It's
hey,
a shame for everyone else that
Yeah.
didn't get to experience
Right.
you.
Totally. I still had a great time in college. It was just more going on crazy trips and being at clubs and using a fake ID and dating guys
You were,
that were
I think you were
not
more
good for me.
mature. But
Yeah.
in that sense, I do think
Yeah.
you were like more mature than maybe like the typical person like Courtney and I, which no shame to us, but just like the next step is you go to college and you do the
Yeah.
4-year thing and you do the traditional thing. Like you were a lot more adventurous, and you still
Yeah.
are a very adventurous person.
Yeah, and then she took a whole year after college to travel the world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she
and you're
sure-
still traveling the
Courtney,
world.
make sure the mic is close to your
Oh,
mouth.
sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
Excuse me, bitch.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, just don't let it happen again.
podcast.
Yeah, just don't let it happen again, okay?
This is the
Okay.
first podcast, so everyone
Jesus
give an applause. First podcasters, first timers, not their last.
Yeah. Also, these are all our fucking friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're listening to this, you're like, oh, these are our
You already know these
homies,
people.
dog.
Yeah.
We don't have a budget to go out and get people. What are you, crazy?
Someday.
These are all
Someday.
volunteers.
So what we've done is we said, hey, you guys come over, you podcast, we'll make you a pot roast. What do you think?
yes.
Yeah, we got a pot roast.
wine. I got a hottie totty earlier.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, come on the
treat our
pod. We'll
guests
take care
well.
of you.
Yeah.
Come on the
We treat our
pod. We
guests well.
will take care of you. But
Can you
so
continue what you're saying?
Oh, I was just saying, I took time off to travel, but that was mostly because I didn't travel abroad. I didn't study
Yeah.
abroad.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think the point is we definitely have different like backgrounds, but like we all of us have such different backgrounds, and we all landed at the same company. And they did a really good job at recruiting because I made some of my best friends definitely through that job too. And look at us now. We got front row seats at watching you guys meet and fall in love, and we're gonna celebrate your engagement this week. And it's like so exciting, and I love that we're finally going to celebrate.
Thank you.
We need
You're
it.
very sweet about that. And it's such a special thing. You're so right, because that job was so brutal.
Well, that's
so
why we
hard.
bonded.
Yeah.
That's why we
Trauma
got so
bonding.
Trauma
close.
bond.
Yeah.
And-
Speaking of that job being brutal, though, there was an extended period of time where Dayna and I's desk were like.
I was there. I was in the foursome.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, she
you were
was
in the
in
pod.
there.
You were in
Yeah.
the pod, not this pod, the pod of desks.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yep.
But there was a point where, I mean, this is like 3 or 4 month period where Dayna and I are hooking up. Nobody
one knows.
knows. In our
You guys
desks.
might have had it.
Yeah, I was
anyway.
going to say, we
think I
probably
knew.
knew.
I think I
You
knew.
might have known, you might have not known. But anyways, the point is our desks were situated in a way where we had to stare into each other's eyes pretty
While
much
we're
all day
cold
long.
calling.
While we're cold calling.
Failing.
Oh,
right
while
in front
we're
of each other.
eating literal shit on the phone. And I'm like, well, it's probably going to take some to get back on her good list after hearing me just eat shit for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Dude,
But anyways.
cold calling's next level. But
Hey, there's
yeah.
something attractive about, being able to pick up the phone.
Put
have the
yourself out there.
confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
I think like people need to respect SDRs, BDRs, ADRs more for what they're doing.
Everyone should have to make 150 cold calls a week for at least a year. in their
Absolutely.
lives.
It builds
I think-
the character it builds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character.
The relationships it's bring, because you're, again, trauma bonding.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
do.
it is kind of like going to war with your buddies.
You work with 20,000 businesses across the North
Well,
American
if 40,000
continent.
businesses do that, you spoof phone numbers to call people, they call you a fucking idiot and a scam artist. You're a no-good motherfucker. Remember that every day that you get up and wake up, that's who you are. All right? You want any more
All right,
good
well-
advice, you can call me again, and I'll tell you, you're a dick-sucking, lying-ass, fraudulent motherfucker. All right? And you have a good day.
All right.
Call me anytime you want.
All right, I'll call.
Yeah.
Totally.
So,
In the meditation room, just
Yeah.
like, I can't, man.
I actually knew that I didn't want to do sales, but I knew I wanted to stay in tech because I loved the company I was at previously. Like, it was so much fun. I just knew that, like, being a corporate gal was for me.
Yeah. And
So
so
you wear it so well.
Yeah.
you
honey.
do wear it really
you
well.
Both
Thank
do.
you.
You
Just like
both-
corporate baddies. I
you
love it.
both wear it really well, and I feel like you both are able to handle yourself in an office setting very effectively, but also let your personality
Yeah.
shine and be able to make true lasting friendships.
Yeah.
that's a
So,
nice compliment.
Thank
What
you,
would
Jen.
your advice be to maybe people out there getting jobs, getting into the corporate world where you can juggle your personality, but also like, I'm a boss bitch that's about to shut this place down. So make room on the ladder
Yeah.
because I'm climbing.
I
So
think
nice, Joe, because I have a lot of anxiety about my personality being too much at work sometimes.
Wow. Okay.
Really? Tell me more.
Well,
Because I've heard you on calls and you turn it on.
I'm fine with clients. When I'm client facing, I like trust that, but it's more just like with coworkers, especially in the modern world where like now I've like barely met any of my coworkers in person. It's like so rare, so you don't get to form that.
Yeah.
Whereas back to our last job, we were together all the time,
Oh, yeah.
and we were drinking together too.
But I was not acting like you guys were my coworkers. Let's just say.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, I would say advice is like there's definitely a time when you need to be professional, and that's in emails and Slacks. Like it's important to even not like I'm all for like not swearing, like being professional in a sense that like you can communicate with your team and your manager when you need to be able to be direct. And then there's also a time when you can be having fun in the office, like I don't know. I guess there's kind of like there's a fine line.
I think
How
also
long-
doing a good job and working really hard and prioritizing
yeah,
that. People
and
will
showing up
respect
to
you.
things. Show
Yeah.
up to the happy hours.
Yes.
Show up to the
Christmas
office.
parties.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Don't miss the happy hours.
yeah. I think it's important. I think there's a level of like people know you're.
Just showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking
Showing
of the
face.
happy hours, how long do you have to be working at a company before you can black out at one of the happy hours, would you say?
You know, I'm not a great person to ask. I would say maybe try not to do that ever. Yeah.
There's never a good time.
No.
But it will happen and it can
will.
happen.
And
Yeah.
if it doesn't happen, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. I mean, those
Find
free
a new
drinks are
company, am I
flowing.
right?
yeah.
And I actually think one of their topics has to do with some of this.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, yeah. So actually, we do need to move. We need to move.
Okay.
We need to boogie here, folks. Sorry
Okay.
for that long intro.
Is there anything
I
else
know
you
you're
guys
all.
wanted to share with the Sackers about yourselves or like our relationships or anything before we get into our live, laugh, love, think, laugh, cry?
I'm really proud of you guys, and I love you, and I'm so grateful for our friendship, and I'm so glad that you found love at work.
Let's stay on that a little bit longer.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
much
yeah.
do you love us?
So
And why?
I think we have time actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait,
well, these
actually,
cameras burn out at
I do
45
have something else to say about them. So you guys,
Perfect.
on this topic, on the work, you guys both were very successful. You guys had your heads down. You guys were working hard. You guys each had, you guys, like Dayna.
Oh my God.
I won't get into the specifics, but I feel like
okay.
you each had very specific things that you were very good at.
Thank you.
And there were circumstances at the time that you guys could only be friends for a while, and you guys were good friends for a long time, which was really cool to see that friendship blossom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then that eventually, naturally, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, turned into more than friends. And I think that it was just really cool to see you both kind of shine as individuals first and get to know you each
Cool.
on like a friendship level, like as individuals, and
Yeah.
then see you guys come together as a couple. I think just was really special for like us
oh yeah,
who knew you guys each as individuals before. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
That's really
I said that
sweet.
long-winded.
No, well
that's
said.
That's
Yeah.
such a good
That's
point
really
because
sweet.
when we were talking about having you guys on the pod, I was talking about you guys like, no, you guys are like my friends that are coming on the pod. And he was like, they're my friends too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we built friendships separately before we were ever a couple. I was like, oh yeah, they're like, actually, yeah, they're your friends too. But like you
Totally.
guys are mine more because like we're all girls and like that's just the way the world works. But
We're taking things to the grave together.
Yeah,
Things
yeah,
that Joe
yeah.
will never know about.
yeah, you'll never.
yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
here's the thing: is the worst part about bringing friends
Yeah.
about
The
before
best
you like
and
get with them.
worst
the
part.
best and the
best
worst
and worst part about
is
being
you already know everything
you
that
know
like
everybody. Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
taking things to the
yeah.
grave because
You know things you wish you didn't.
and you know things I wish you didn't know, but you know,
True.
and we don't talk about them.
Hey,
Water
come
under
on.
the bridge, water on the bridge, people.
Also, I'm just cracking up at Joe's bow tie right now.
with the
It
white
reminds
tee.
me of like a dog collar, and I keep thinking it's one.
That's for the OnlyFans
also
version
like it.
afterwards. Just wait 45 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, take
I'm
your
looking
shirt
forward to
off
that.
already, jeez.
Okay, so really quick, we're gonna get into our think, laugh, cries. But what is your intention for the episode today? Like, what before we get into the topics? Like, do you have any intentions for the episode? I can maybe help you out by giving you mine.
Yeah.
My intention today is to make people feel the Christmas spirit and make you too shy.
Oh.
And my intention is to just get you guys in like the motion and the flow of like podcasting and get you guys more comfortable because you guys were both a little tiny hesitant to come
Yeah.
on. You guys both needed to come on with each other.
Yeah.
But like I
Package
want you
deal.
guys to both come on again like as individuals and like really get in the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
You know? And so I just want you guys to like see how fun it is and see how you can trust us and like we can take out anything that you ever want us to take out. Like we're so good about that.
Yeah.
And just like it's such a cool thing, especially with videos, like when we are older
Yeah.
and we're all our children's aunts, which you all always aspire to be when you have like female relationships. Like I want this person to be like my kid's aunt, blah 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 blah. Like, you know, I'm manifesting that's gonna happen for all of us, and like getting to have this as like a little time capsule. Like that's really what it's
Yeah.
all about. Like
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
So if you remember the question from 10 minutes ago, it's what was your intention for the episode today?
Okay, I'll go. I was gonna say, well, I just thought of this as you were talking, Dayna, so thank you. But I was gonna say
course.
spreading joy because I think that there's a lot to be thankful for. Is that what you were gonna say?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say like
The crowd likes it.
it's just so much fun laughing with you guys, and I hope that whoever's listening can laugh with us and laugh at us, you know, at times. So
But fuck them.
Yeah,
Anyways,
laugh, laugh, cry, live,
No,
laugh, love.
I'm
Yeah.
having a great time. I'm a couple glasses of wine deep now. We're having fun. These are two of my best friends in the world, and I love the concept of a time capsule and getting to,
that's a good one.
to cherish this moment.
Thank you.
Forever.
The first pod with Rick and Bort.
Rick and Bort,
Rick and
Erica
Morty.
and
Rick and
Courtney,
Morty.
Erica
Rick
and
and
Courtney.
Morty.
If we haven't like
Rick and
said their
Morty.
names enough, Rick and Bort,
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I don't think
Rick
you
and
did an
Morty.
intro. You never said your name.
Rick.
This is Courtney and Erica you're listening to.
Sorry, I didn't introduce myself.
AKA, we're 33 minutes into the episode and we just
okay.
introduced our
We
guest.
better
Got it.
fucking wrap
Okay.
it up. I think
So-
people are going to want an hour. I feel like this is going like the
We
flow
can
is
always
flowing.
take a pause, let the cameras cool.
Let the cameras cool off.
Yeah.
Hey, so, if you're out there and you're thinking, hey, I'm going to start a podcast, one of the things you have to look out for is cameras overheat after 40 minutes or so of filming, which is
Crazy.
goddamn ridiculous. It's 2020.
Is there like a more expensive version?
Yeah, can you just like maybe cough up a little bit more dough next time?
Yeah, gee.
These cameras are actually sponsored by my father. He's our
Oh.
our main investor in the podcast.
Thank you so
wedding
much.
registry.
Thank you so much for the cameras.
I also
You should have gave us more of a budget. You cheap bitch.
I will say another intention is I would love your parents to get to know us more. I know that they're big
Yeah.
listeners.
They're huge.
And we love your daughter and Joe.
And son-in-law, future
son-in-law,
son-in-law.
yeah.
That's exciting.
Wow, you
We'll meet
guys are
them this
lucky.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
are going to meet them on Friday.
Yeah.
We are probably going to have Dana's dad on the podcast
At some
soon,
point.
So that's
Cool.
something
Oh, yeah.
the listeners at home can look forward to.
At some point. 'Cause
Okay.
He keeps bringing it up. Just
We
kidding.
went through our intentions. We went through our little intro. You got to meet Courtney and Erica. You heard a little bit about how we met. You heard a little bit about the corporate lifestyle and how to juggle your personality with the inevitable fake you that you have to put on in a corporate environment. But that said, it's showtime, folks. It's Think, Laugh, Cry time. It's what y'all came here for. I know. There they go again. There they go again. So, folks, think, laugh, cry. What do you got? Who's going first?
I had a live, laugh, love moment.
Okay, let's hear it from Court.
So I think Erica has one too, but mine's really simple, so I'll share it.
Let's see.
So I had a friend send me. Have you guys seen the sign guy who holds up a cardboard sign and there's like a saying on it on Instagram?
No. And
Yeah.
it's just
In
like
LA.
inspiring
It's
things.
just like him. It's like him in a crowd holding up a sign,
Yeah, and
right?
it's usually something sarcastic.
Hey, how about this? We'll show you a picture of it right here.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Perfect.
If you're watching on the YouTube.
And I'll find the exact one and send it to you.
Perfect.
But so my friend sent me this on Instagram, and the sign said, "You don't need another espresso martini. You need to go home." And that just really spoke to me because
Yeah.
because what is this new thing? Like, I feel like this came out this year where someone says, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit tired. We've been having a few drinks. We're at a bar with friends. Maybe it's time to go home. And usually someone's like,
Let's get the bag of out.
but in the PG
Espresso
terms,
martini equals, if not equal
Yes.
to.
So espresso martinis are kind of the new. I mean, I guess it's not new anymore, but you guys know where I'm going.
I
with
think
this.
they're the hot drink of the season.
They are, and you
They
feel
absolutely are.
invincible. You feel like you order an espresso martini, and
You got another few hours left.
Exactly.
They're also contagious.
They are.
You get one.
What?
I'm getting an espresso martini.
What is that?
You're getting one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when
The
one
espresso
person,
martini
it's like
pack.
everybody's embarrassed to order the espresso martini. Oh, you're getting one? Okay.
No, I don't think it's embarrassment. It's like, oh, this person's a genius. Now we all
Yeah.
need one. Now
Like,
I
that
need
sounds
one.
great.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's like, "Oh, I was waiting for the first person to order that. I'm ready now."
So wait, this is something that made you think?
So this
or-
is something that made me laugh.
This is something that made you laugh.
So it
Maybe you think too.
It also made me think because it is true. Like, why is this a thing? Because they were made for something that's like a dessert, like a capper on the night, and then you're going home. But it's turned into this whole, start of the night. I'm gonna have an espresso martini. So
Yeah.
When it should be the end.
yeah.
What do you think revs your engine so hard about that? Like, what is it? You're just like, hey, like, have you maybe had some personal experiences with espresso martinis?
I mean, I've had a lot of personal experiences with them, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, especially at like a work happy hour, you should be going home, but you get an espresso martini and, the drinks are flowing because it's all on, I'm not going to say the name, but it's on the company card.
It's on the company card, baby.
So
Come on.
I think that kind of turns into what you were maybe going to talk about. But
Wait, hold on. I'm not done with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
When are you ever the first person to say it's espresso martini time?
Oh, all the time.
All
Yeah.
the time.
She's the
I already knew the
instigator.
answer
That's
to that.
why I
and
was sent
already
this.
knew the
Yeah.
answer to that.
Courtney's always the one instigating the espresso martinis
Yeah.
and shots.
And shots. She's shot girl.
We say in the group chat, no shots
working
tonight,
on that.
no shots tonight. We're all liking the message. We're at a bar. Courtney's like, we're taking shots.
Usually there's something that
I know
triggers
there's
it.
a couple thumbs ups in there, but here's a thumb for you. Over to the bar now.
Usually a trigger.
I think this would be funny.
There's
It's almost like espresso martinis should come with some sort of warning, right? It's like this is maybe what
Warning,
you're going
this
for.
will keep your night going for another 3 hours when it should probably end now, which is the
Exactly.
sign.
You know how in
Exactly.
other countries, if you get like a pack of cigarettes, there's like a warning sign on them, and it's typically like really brutal
Nicotine
stuff.
causes cancer.
Yeah, nicotine.
Yeah.
And it's like a person whose like mouth has been removed somehow.
The lungs.
Yeah, and I think it'd be funny if bars had to put warning labels on espresso martinis, and it's just like a picture of Courtney, like just like face down outside in a bush of a bar
Courtney's
with her work friends.
I
right
have one
behind her.
from New Year's 2020.
No.
Go on.
Is this
Okay,
your
fine.
thing too? An espresso martini, think, laugh, cry for both of you?
No, do
No.
your think, laugh, cry.
Do you want to go?
no,
there?
if you have something
Let's
to
go there.
add to the espresso martini, live, laugh, love, think,
Well,
laugh, cry, please be
you
our
know,
guest.
It was
This
more
isn't-
holiday themed. And
I don't know what you're
the fact that it makes me laugh that anytime there's like a company event, like a holiday party, which I went to last night, if there's unlimited alcohol, it's going down.
It's going down.
It's
You're not
going
paying for
down.
that shit.
And that's
Yeah.
what she was saying. Like, they're at a work event. It's a happy hour. It's supposed to be chill, but it's on the company tab. And
Well, you
she's
just
getting
feel
espresso
invincible. You're like, I'm gonna get everybody like a round of shots, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the nicest alcohol, and you just feel like you're on top of the world. And you're like,
It's like you're trying to get your money's worth, but you're not paying.
Why aren't you guys all ripping shots right now?
Yeah.
But
it's
people
not-
do.
Yeah.
Courtney does.
I clearly do. I need to.
And
something I'm
maybe
working on.
that ties into how we let our personalities show in the workplace.
Hey, talk
Yeah.
about a callback. Someone's done this before.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's bonding. You bond at work, but you also get this unlimited credit card or a holiday party and things happen.
It makes for some funny stories.
It
does.
totally does. And
Or some tragic
some
ones.
Yeah.
anxiety. You know, story, but-
And it's even funny, like last night I was a guest at the holiday party. I don't even work there, but in my mind, I'm like trying to make all these new friends and that I'll never see again.
Networking.
But we're all ripping the open bar. Like, that's just where everyone's at, hanging out. And yeah, I think that it might be something that's been lost in this world of working remote. They don't have holiday parties anymore.
I think it's also just part of being in sales. It's expected that you're going to go to these happy hours. You're gonna
gonna
rip
get
some
fucking
drinks.
blasted.
You're gonna bond with your coworkers. And if you're in sales, you got to be able to drink a lot.
To the break of dawn, yo!
That's just what it is. Like, you got
I
to be
can
able to
see that.
entertain clients. You
Yeah.
got to be able to hold
think
your
about-
liquor. Like,
yeah.
you have to.
And like going on work trips. Think about every work trip that you've been on.
Yeah, I'm boozing.
Boozing. And
Boozing.
you see sides
It's a
of
bender.
people.
and maybe it's not just sales. and
Oh,
that's just
the
my
things I've seen, and I've really,
If these
I'm
walls
so
could talk.
thankful. I'm so thankful
This
that
espresso martini could talk.
I've somehow gone through my work holiday parties pretty much unscathed. There was one work holiday party where maybe I was crying and maybe some people saw me. But
Hey, it happens.
it happens.
I have one last thing before we go on to
Wait,
Erica's topic.
I just want to. Erica's in her topic right
Yeah.
now.
Wait, what?
Erica's
It made
gone
me
into
laugh.
her topic.
Holiday
Holiday
parties.
parties in
Holiday
general.
parties.
They were
Okay,
related.
great.
They were
holiday
related.
parties.
Because it's the Christmas episode,
Right.
and we're talking holiday parties.
That's
And
right.
I was gonna
And
ask
guess
something.
what? Espresso martinis are holiday related. In fact, we just bought someone an espresso martini kit for the holidays.
for a
love
Christmas gift.
You know, actually, I did have a hard time thinking of something holiday related. So I'm glad.
I think
that-
it's holiday adjacent.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
full circle,
Yeah.
folks. It's all Erica really wrapped it up in a nice bow
Yep.
for all of us.
She did.
Thank you, Erica.
Was there any other points you wanted to make about holiday
Oh,
parties?
I was just yes. And holiday parties and drinking with coworkers in general. The anxiety that you wake up with the next day is unlike other hangovers and anxiety you get.
Live and learn, baby.
You're not feeling the magic
How
of
so?
Christmas.
Because you have to go face them at
That's for
work
sure.
in the next few days.
right.
Right.
or you're like, you don't exactly remember
Right.
everything. So
Right.
you're like,
God forbid you have to present to them.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Please.
And we know, like, that is, you got to go show face the next day.
You gotta show.
You've had things happen in the workplace where you're like,
Builds character.
you know, you can't believe that person has to go and
Oh
lead
yeah,
a
I've
team after
seen.
that.
I've seen.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
from people
Christ.
that should
It
never
makes
cross
you
a
more
line.
human, yeah.
And then
Totally,
I
yeah.
lost respect for that person, and I couldn't take directions from them anymore. You know,
Wow.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
So-
So
Yeah. Yeah, it's you can really lose your job in a night at a holiday party.
You can. It is a
Holiday
test.
parties are dangerous.
That's another
I've seen
thing.
people destroy their careers at holiday parties.
They're
Right in
testing
front of
you.
our eyes.
They are
Right-
testing you. It's
right
unlimited
in front
alcohol,
of our
but
eyes.
they're
Yeah.
testing
They
you.
are.
Perfect.
They are.
Yeah. Hey, maybe it's all part of the plan.
Yeah.
No, it
They want to
100%
see
is.
who's the weak link here, who's gonna mess up first.
Who's the fucking wink link?
And-
Who can't hold their fucking
Yeah.
liquor like Courtney can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah, let's send Courtney out there. Let's see if they can handle that. Let's peel back the curtain a little tonight. Courtney, fire up a round of espresso martinis. But okay.
No, I've seen people make horrible mistakes,
decisions.
and I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
I'm so glad I witnessed that, because now I know that's never what I want to do. And you do have to find a balance of participating, right, but not crossing a line.
Yeah.
It's like watching a train wreck. It's like sitting on the side of the train tracks, just watching a train fly off the rails.
Totally.
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
in front of
I've
you.
made my fair share of mistakes, so I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's just you gotta live and learn.
Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make those mistakes.
Yeah.
But holiday parties are something that puts me in the motherfucking holiday spirit,
That-
baby. Come on.
Yeah,
that's why we're
she's
here.
learning the
And that's why we're-
buttons.
yeah.
She's
That's
learning.
why
the-
We're here.
She's learning the buttons, folks. On the other side of holiday parties, though, holiday parties are a really awesome part of the corporate life experience. And I remember it was like the first real thing that I could invite a +1 to. And I got like pretty excited about that, because there was like a short period where I was a single guy and High Spot was having holiday parties, and I'm like, ooh, fun. Who's going to be my +1? And so we've got a couple single ladies here today on the pod.
Yeah, we do. Now, single by a technicality, I mean, at this age with these beautiful women, they're going to be in some canoodling, maybe. Wait, what does canoodling mean
There's
exactly?
no ring on our fingers.
I don't know.
There's
I'm
no
not saying
ring
they're
on those
hooking
things.
up.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
there's
saying they're hooking up. I'm not saying they're even talking to anybody, but I'm going to say there are people interested. So don't think that these ladies don't come with, some other people maybe involved. Are you
Right.
man enough? Are you man enough to
You
swoop
man
in?
enough.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, this segment is
But
called
technically, they're single.
Are You Man Enough? Can you win a date to a holiday party with Courtney and Erika? If
Us both.
if there was
That's crazy.
That would be
You get 2 for
amazing.
1.
yeah, no.
2 for 1 deal.
Crowd likes that one.
They like the idea.
If
They
there
couldn't
was,
execute.
We're in sales. We're familiar with the elevator pitch. What would be the perfect elevator pitch for a guy to ask you to a holiday party? Maybe let's say you don't know him that well, or you don't know him at all. But if a guy came up to you and said this, he's got a pretty good chance of you going to that holiday party with him. What would they have to say?
Oof, that's tough. Sounds like I'll go first. I think that is always intriguing. They're inviting you to their holiday party. They obviously know you're going to meet some of their coworkers. It sounds like they care enough to bring you around people that they
Want to respect them.
yeah, want to respect them, want to impress. So I think that's pretty intriguing in the first place.
Already flattering.
I think when a guy makes very specific plans, hey, this holiday party's on the 20th. This is where it is. I'd love to take you to dinner before.
Dinner.
I'll take you home after. I'm not, he's
They're
not
not gonna
expecting
say that.
anything.
Why the dinner? Why like the?
I mean,
why is all this?
He doesn't
planning
have
need
to
be
take
done?
me to dinner, but
Curate
I
an
think
experience. Curate
Yeah.
an
yeah,
experience.
like making me feel comfortable that I don't have to think about any of the planning. I know exactly what's happening. I know exactly what time I have to be ready.
you know what the dress code is, perhaps.
Yeah, and I think just making it as easy as possible for me to say yes.
Love that. How far in advance to make it easy on you to say yes? How
Good
far in
question,
advance
Day.
do you need?
At least 2 weeks.
At least.
I need to
That's
order a
fair.
dress.
That's fair. That's like a library book, 2
Yeah.
weeks.
I want to get a new dress.
Because a month in advance maybe even might be too far. Like, it's like,
Yeah, a little
the
weird.
excitement's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Like, why are you thinking about
It's
this?
July.
beforehand?
I have a holiday party in December. I was hoping you and I could get to know each other a little better in the meantime.
You sound like Gary.
The golden. Hi, I'm Gary with a J. Isn't it spelled really weird? It's a G.
Yeah.
G-E, isn't it G-E-R?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
so
get
annoying.
I hate people like that. Like Dayna spelling it D-A-Y-N-A.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
fucking loser.
But anyways, so they would have to like lay out the full itinerary 2 weeks
Yeah,
in
I
advance.
love
That's
that.
so
basically.
Courtney.
I would love that.
That is so
Why?
Courtney.
Why?
Yeah.
What
Why
would
is
you
that
need? What would
I'm
you
appealing?
need?
so on the other end of the spectrum.
What would you need to hear?
First of all, I go on a holiday date at least once a year, so that says it doesn't take a lot.
She's a hot
and I'm
commodity,
a fun
folks.
date.
Oh,
I've
you're
been
a
on
date- you're a
President's
perfect
Club
date.
trips.
Yeah.
I've been on President Club's trip.
With
You're-
people that she wasn't dating. You
Yeah.
guys, that's how good of a date
Wow,
she
that's
is. Someone
interesting.
trusts
And you know
her
what gets me?
enough.
My ego loves the fact that they think that I will make them look good in front of their colleagues.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
because
it's
you
so
would.
super flattering.
Yeah, no, I can talk to anyone. I can talk to a wall. And I drink, but I don't get out of hand.
Okay, hold on. This is more turning into your pitch to them.
Yeah.
Right. You're
No, I
right.
You are
like
now
that, though.
pitching
Keep
yourself.
going.
Well, I'm just
Why
saying it
are you
doesn't
such a
take
good
much
date?
This is not the pro.
She drinks, but she doesn't drink too much.
But hey, let's keep going.
Available
What-
for
Well, last
holiday
night was-
parties this
Okay.
year.
There was a difference.
Erica, your 30-second pitch to all the people out there looking for plus ones for their holiday party. Go.
Well, first of all, I'm going to wear something really cute.
Yeah, she is.
And I'll make you look really good in front of all your colleagues, coworkers. I'll be interested in their lives because I genuinely am so interested in other people. I think it's so
She's a naturally
fascinating.
curious person.
And I'll drink and I won't throw up on you.
She might throw up on herself. Might throw up on herself, but that's like 1 out of
Hey.
every 20 holiday parties.
Yeah.
So.
I like that though.
For
If it
sure.
comes down to me or you, I'm throwing up on myself. That says a lot about your character.
Yeah, it sure does. Sure does.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Took
so
one for
what
the
does
team.
someone have to say to you? Okay. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
love to
tell
use
us-
this as an example.
Yeah.
Going off the holiday theme, even though we're trying to put people in the holiday spirit, like what convinced you to go on that President's Club trip? Because that was even like a vacation. Like,
Yeah.
what did he say to make you feel comfortable enough to do that?
All
Because I know you guys were
inclusive.
just friends.
All inclusive.
Yeah, what do you mean? What did he have to say?
Yeah, it was. I'm an easy sell when it comes to if
If
there's
it's a
free
party.
food and free drinks. He did say that there was no sexual expectation.
That's what I was gonna say.
And
is
how
there was
did, how did
boundaries
he
ahead of
say
time.
say
that?
that.
How did he say that? I think
He was
men
like-
might want to hear,
he
like,
was
how
like-
do I
Yeah.
communicate
He literally
that?
straight up said, "You don't have to me,"
And
and I was like,
you're like, well, now I want to you. Because
"Well,
you said
honestly,
that.
like he
I'm
could have
not-
played his cards a little better."
I'm sure he could have.
But
Thank
it was an
God.
all inclusive, and he got fucked up every night. And I was like, "This is great."
And is he saying that? And is he meaning it?
You were
Pass
getting
out.
you were getting him fucked up. So
He
like,
got himself fucked up.
Yeah, that's funny.
on Espresso Martinis? Actually,
There it
it
is.
was like the
Dangerous.
one
There
thing,
it
you know.
is.
And it's so funny. That was the one thing that wasn't included in the all inclusive, and he still ran up a fucking tab.
Wait, why is that the one thing that's not
Jeez.
included?
I don't know. It was like a premium drink.
Because it's cold brew.
Yeah,
Because
they
it's
just
fucking a cold bread.
they just make
What
it up.
the fuck?
They just make it up. They're like, oh, if you want fresh fruit in your margarita, that'll be.
Dude, watch you try to go reimburse your espresso martinis and then say it's cold brew. Too premium.
Yeah.
You ain't getting your money back.
Okay. So I do want to pause here.
Okay.
We are going to go to a quick commercial break. We will be right back. Enjoy this completely real sponsor. This is the Public Speakers, Inspirational Speakers Association of America. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last.
All right, and we're back, folks. Just like that, hope you enjoy it. Thank you again to our sponsors, our very real sponsors that pay us very real money to be a part of this podcast. Again, we thank you so much.
We're rocking it in.
Racking it in. So we talked about how we've met Courtney and Erika. We've talked a little bit about the corporate lifestyle. We've talked a little bit about espresso martinis. We've talked a little bit about holiday parties.
Holiday.
And we'd love to wrap the episode up with Dayna and I's topics. Dayna, do you have a topic, or would you like me to lead off?
You bet your ass I got one.
You have something to say.
Oh, you guys wanted to clarify something,
yeah.
right?
I want to clarify something.
Okay.
My friends are not alcoholics.
Thank you. Thank you.
Their whole world is revolve around liquor. Even though we've been sipping on these bottles of wine this whole app, if you're watching on the YouTube, which we recommend because it's not a podcast anymore, we're transitioning into hosting a show.
Correct.
Any hooser, my girls are very well rounded. Okay, they have a lot of hobbies outside of drinking.
We've done dry January.
I did fully.
But can you blame them? We're in our 20s.
Clearly-
yeah, we're gonna be drinking.
Clearly,
All right.
clearly a lot happened.
Reach out to us in 7 years if you think we got an issue.
Clearly
Please.
Clearly a lot happened during the commercial break. Anyways,
Some anxiety already happening.
that was really
You
fun.
guys are doing great. You guys are naturals.
That was really fun. Did we talk about drinking too much? I think we talked about drinking too much. Can we go back? Come here. Delete it. Delete it. Delete it.
You are so cute. You have the best laugh in the world.
Thank you.
Look at
Thank you.
him. You guys.
Thank
Got that
you.
contagious energy.
Oh, thanks. Our TikTok fans don't think so. I'll tell you that right now. They get in those
have
comments.
haters?
Fuck them.
They get in those comments and say anything.
Hey, haters, they're just gonna hate because they ain't you.
Haters.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hate us because they ain't us.
That's
If you ain't
what
got
I
no
think
haters, you ain't
about,
popping.
Patrick Mahomes' wife. I think they hate her because they ain't her.
Oh, 100%.
You do
Yeah.
you liked her, and so we watched
I was
Quarterback.
like, okay, let
the
me
Netflix
watch
show.
Quarterback and
Oh.
let me see why everyone hates Brittany Mahomes. And I'm watching this show. I was like, I think she's charming. I think she's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think she's amazing. I think people hate her because they ain't her, baby. Come
Yeah.
on. They're jealous. Cute little blonde, cute little family,
Rich as fuck.
married to the most successful man in the world.
He makes like $70 million a year.
Girl,
Yeah, that's insane.
Brittany Mahomes, if you're listening to me, fuck 'em. Okay, fuck 'em.
We've
You're
got a
sick.
fan.
You're sick.
Yeah.
Got the number
You're
one
the
fan right
best.
here.
And
Yeah.
people just, they hate you because they ain't you,
Brittany
baby
Mahomes,
girl.
we're just like you, really. At the end of the day, you know,
We
all
are
these
you.
fans we have, all these haters, we get it. We
Or
get it.
three.
If anybody gets it,
Our 3 haters.
if anybody gets it, it's us.
It's us. Please.
All right.
Okay, let's get into our topics.
All right, let's get into our topics, baby.
Oh. Ooh. Okay,
that
so
Nikki?
I'll start. It's Nikki. It's Nikki on the track. So, you've heard a few times. I'm looking right at the camera if you're on YouTube, bitch. You've heard a few times references to this Friday. The girls are saying, I'm so excited for this Friday. I'm so excited for this Friday. And you guys are probably wondering, what the hell is happening this Friday? This Friday, we are having an engagement party in our city. Okay?
T-Town.
We've had a few to
Shout out T-Town.
T-Town.
We're not just podcast hosts. We're in love.
It's the Amalfi Coast of
Okay,
the...
please. It's the Amalfi Coast of the United
That's
States.
right,
Thank you.
Courtney.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Fist bump. And we've had a few engagement parties, but this is one that we're hosting ourselves, and it's with the homies. We got a few people flying out, and this is a very special engagement party, and we specifically positioned the engagement party to be within the holidays, so we could make our engagement party Kacey Musgraves Christmas show theme.
Yep. Extra long round of applause. for
If-
that.
Well,
Yeah, thank you.
Enough. Everyone, calm
I
down.
liked it. I could've
Everyone,
kept going.
quiet.
Okay.
Everyone, shut the fuck up. If you're needing something to get into the holiday spirit this year, it is the Kacey Musgraves Christmas show. This thing should be plastered all over the internet, all over TikTok. It should be showing up on every mainstream service, vendor there is.
Yeah.
I am shocked it is not being plastered everywhere.
We went to watch it last night on Amazon Prime Video. There's a plug for you, fucking Bezos. But
yeah, fucking Bezos.
it's on, and they're not even advertising it.
Yeah.
And
It should
what
be
are you
the
doing?
main click. It should be the
I'm going to watch it
banner.
5 more times before this Friday.
Yeah,
You
we made
better.
trivia. We
You
made trivia.
better.
Okay.
We
'Cause
made
we're
trivia.
doing
Alright,
a
I'm gonna
trivia.
study.
We're doing a trivia.
Oh, I'm
you
gonna win
motherfuckers.
that.
And there's prizes.
Yeah.
There is prizes.
Actually,
Okay.
since you're here, we'll tell you what the first place prize is.
What is it?
a guaranteed invite to the wedding, which obviously you guys would get, so that's not very exciting.
I'm still going
but
for it.
First prize.
Go for it.
Courtney's really competitive.
You guys have like a
But-
huge falling out, but we still have to invite you.
Courtney or I betray
They're
each
like,
other.
she won that Casey Musgraves
Yeah,
trivia.
we
We
do
have
gotta-
to invite her.
She got to come. But
killed
you
my
also-
dog. Well, she won the trivia. All right, sorry.
We don't have
Whoa,
a dog.
that got really
We don't-
dark.
Sorry about that.
We don't have a dog.
Seriously, guys.
We don't have a dog for you to kill. It's
I was
fine.
gonna say.
The first place prize also is a guaranteed invite to our wedding and first place in line at the buffet style wedding food
Wow.
situation, assuming
Oh.
we do a buffet style.
Yes.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Or at your table gets served first if we go bougie and get plated.
Okay.
Which is a whole debate.
Right.
But
Okay.
that's the first prize, and then we'll have some other prizes.
It's a really good prize.
Any hooser, our engagement party is Kacey Musgraves Christmas show themed. Think country Christmas glam. Think holiday spirit to the nines. It is the best thing you'll ever watch in your life.
Incredible.
Joe and I bonded over Kacey Musgraves. The year that Joe and I first started dating, Joe's #1 Spotify Wrapped artist was Kacey
I
Musgraves.
love that.
I love that
We
too.
really united
That's cool.
over Kacey Musgraves. When in doubt, we play Kacey Musgraves radio. We are so excited for this theme. Joe thought of it. Genius.
It's
Well,
unique.
awesome. It's an awesome thing.
Yeah, it's
Literal
something no one's done
genius.
before, which I think is.
I want people showing up in sequin. I
Yep.
want people
Yeah, I
showing
feel like I
up
need to
in
do some
red,
more Amazon
green.
shopping.
I'd love to see you in maybe like I like your headband where you're going with the headband. I like the tights
I got the
vibe.
head-
I have a bow.
Bow.
Yeah.
I
I've
like
got the
I
bow.
want like accessories. I
Yeah.
want like you guys to wear things you would typically never wear anywhere.
Okay.
It's
It's like
not even
it-
supposed to be classy. It's totally okay if it's tacky.
Yeah, that was kind of where my worries were going.
No,
is that
like
it was gonna look
tacky is
tacky.
good.
Okay, so like
No.
Halloween vibes.
Yeah,
It could be
it
totally
can-
Halloween. It's
it-
like come in costume.
How do we
country
feel
Christmas
about like
think
lamps.
I don't
sparkles
think-
on the face?
I love it.
I think it could
Yeah,
play.
like,
I don't
I
think
have
it's
a lot of
quite
those.
Halloween, but it's like if
Yeah.
the Great Gatsby invited you to
That's a good.
a Christmas
Right.
party.
Yeah.
I didn't mean Halloween. I meant more just like
Just like all out.
Halloween's a little tacky as a whole.
Oh, yeah. So like come tacky, come all. That's the kind of vibe like I'm liking to go for because I think tacky leads to just a really great time. Hot take. And the point I want to make about the Kacey Musgraves Christmas show and why it's
Yeah,
so
does it make you
important
think,
to us,
laugh, or cry?
it makes me do all three.
I think it's a rare
trifecta.
trifecta. I think it's a rare trifecta. The Kacey Musgraves Christmas show hits all of the ends of the
laugh,
spectrum.
cry. I don't cry during the scene anymore, but I used to because I've watched it upwards of 40 times. But in my first maybe 10 times of watching the Kacey Musgraves Christmas show, I'd always cry during her performance of Christmas Makes Me Cry in her pink bedroom, in her floral fur gown with her hair tied back. She was so in it. You could tell she was feeling every word because like Christmas does make me cry. And I think like we're at an age where Christmas kind of makes everyone cry a little bit, maybe even not like actual tears, but like feel some air of sadness, and that maybe it's just sadness and that you don't have that spark of imagination that you used to. You see yourself growing up, like she says
You
in
see
the
like your parents getting older. You see your grandparents getting older.
she
like-
says that in the song.
Yeah.
And then, you know, all my parents getting a little bit gray, seeing my parents get a little bit grayer. Christmas always makes me cry.
I think it's like nostalgic too. Like
It's
you're
a
thinking about
nostalgia.
your childhood and what it was like to grow up.
Maybe
with-
you're not seeing the magic in Christmas
Yeah.
anymore, and you're trying to have to reinvent what like a magical Christmas means to you in your adult life. It might be holiday parties. It might be in an espresso martini.
Well, I hope. Yeah. We'll see.
You can find magic there.
Yeah.
As an adult. And that's important to like redefine what Christmas means to you or whatever it might be. And I think holidays parties like ours plays into that. Like, you know, for this to be a magical Christmas, I want to throw a little party, and that's
Totally.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I just really recommend watching the Kacey Musgraves Christmas show. It will make you think, laugh, cry. It will make you live, laugh, love. And that is my topic for this week.
That's incredible, Dayna. That's really good work. Do you guys relate to that at all? Like Christmas
Totally.
becoming hard over the years? What makes it hard for you guys?
I think it's just we still have a lot of unknowns, and I think that
What do you mean by unknowns?
Just where am I going to be in the future? Am I going to be here? Am I going to be married eventually? Am I going to have kids? Like, it's just like, there's all these things I want and I don't have them right now. And it's hard to picture that future.
Is it maybe like a reminder of time passing?
Yeah, I think it is. And like, I look back on my childhood and my parents always did a great job with Christmas and stuff. And having siblings and seeing them grow up too, it's just weird. Like I still picture them like little in my head. So it's just, yeah, I think there's a lot of different things that kind of make me just look back and miss those times, but also look forward to the future and like whatever that holds.
Yeah, and I think your later 20s are such a unique place to experience Christmas because in your earlier 20s, maybe you're still going back home. You're still
you're not obligated to go home at this point. You can do your own thing.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, what is that going to be?
What does that
You're
mean?
making your own
What
traditions.
do I actually want?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've spent like every other Christmas at home for the last 6 years, 7 years. This one I am home. My family's so much fun, but I'm also like the only single one out of all my cousins. Like
It definitely brings that to light. It's like,
I'm
okay.
like, whoa, like
everyone else
okay.
has a plus one, like which
totally.
is fine, which is fun, like whatever. But
I get to be the fun single gal.
Yeah,
and they want to hear all about my life.
Yeah.
No, but it is interesting at this point in our lives because it's a limbo phase. People don't have little kids, people don't have other families that they're like going back to. But I love the holidays. I love celebrating some holiday cheer.
There's cheer and there's joy.
Yeah.
And there's also there are moments where it's like, I feel like I'm missing something. Whether it might be for single people, it might be obvious that like, oh, I'm single. For people who maybe even are like trying to have kids and can't conceive, it's like there's a sadness there maybe.
Totally.
Or just people in this limbo of like, I don't really have to go home, but like, where else would I go?
Yeah.
There's like, you just start to do a lot of reflecting.
Yeah.
I think on your life because you want to be around the people that you love, and so you're figuring out what that looks
Where
like.
is that?
Yeah.
Where am I
Where's home?
celebrated? Where can
Where's
I
home?
celebrate
Yeah.
people?
Yep.
Where is home?
But I think there's more to be happy about than be sad. Obviously, it's coming from my.
So I think this is actually a great transition into my topic because my topic is another trifecta, just like the Kacey Musgraves Christmas show, and it actually ties into the Kacey Musgraves Christmas show a little bit, but it's like the essence of the Christmas spirit. And I actually asked this to my team the other day at work, and we were just like starting a meeting, and I said, what gets you in the Christmas spirit? And everybody had different answers. Not one person said the same thing. So what gets you two in like the happiness, the magic, the joy of Christmas? Is there one thing that seems to do it for you?
Decorating the tree.
Decorating the tree.
Absolutely.
You have
Hell
one this
yeah.
year?
Oh my God, yeah. Totally. Got a tree. Decorated it, wrapped some presents, played elf, made cookies.
Yeah.
I think the tree is a very like important part of Christmas, and putting it up, it's like exciting.
Do you guys do like the pickle ornament or anything like that?
Yes.
Any, like the weird traditions like
Weird
that?
shit all over the tree.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Courtney? The pickle ornament?
So my grandparents used to hide the pickle ornament in their tree, and so when we would come over for Christmas, they said whoever finds the pickle first gets a prize.
Yeah.
So we had to look all over the tree, and whoever found it first like got, I don't know, a gift card.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Isn't that what it
epic.
is?
We do that too.
Yeah.
My
It's a
mom
race.
started doing that, I think, after my parents got divorced.
Yeah.
They needed like a new
Yeah.
Christmas tradition.
It's kind of like the wishbone at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Where you break it.
Same thing,
Yeah.
same deal. For us, it was whoever
love
found
that.
the pickle
Yeah.
got to open the first present.
Oh, I think
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
It's a fun
What
fun
puts
thing.
you in the Christmas
So
spirit?
I think just the Christmas spirit in general is such a magical, awesome thing. And I've heard people say things like, oh, like after I stopped believing in Santa, obviously like Christmas lacked a little bit. That's on you, my guy.
Yeah.
Like that is on you, my guy. There is so many awesome things that happen around Christmas time. I like people on my team were saying like Christmas music gets them into the spirit. Like driving around and seeing decorations on houses gets them in the Christmas spirit. Like spending time around their families gets them in the Christmas spirit. For me, it's always been movies.
Me too.
Like,
I was gonna say
yes.
movies. I was gonna say Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. So, every year my family watches Christmas
Me too.
Vacation.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite movies growing up, I actually watched it all throughout the year, was Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Have you
one.
ever seen that one?
Yeah.
It's just like there's something a little bit more special about Christmas movies though than regular movies even, and I don't know how to describe it.
I agree. Absolutely.
But do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's Christmas spirit in there.
It's a nice
What's
message.
your go-to? You said you had Elf on
I
while
watched
you were
Elf
making
every year.
cookies.
I love
Yeah.
Elf too.
Like even like having a Christmas movie on in
Yeah.
the background while you're decorating a tree or getting
Totally.
out your ornaments or getting out decorations.
Yeah, or like really good TV series and finding the Christmas episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like that hits.
New Girl.
Which TV? New
Office.
Girl. New Girl.
Office, New Girl's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Friends.
Friends,
has-
like those, the Christmas episodes hit.
Such a good.
So my
such a good
family also, quick note, is one that like December 26th hits, maybe even the night of the 25th, and our Christmas tree is taken down.
Really?
Like, we're done.
Oh, I wish I had a boo button.
I
instead of
know.
the
Isn't that
applause
crazy?
button.
Do we?
No, we don't.
But I think that just like
That's fucked.
I know. it's-
Sorry, I shouldn't. say
No,
your
that's just
last
like
name.
how. Yeah, can you not see my last name?
Yeah, I
please?
won't say. your
Yeah,
last name
we'll
again.
bleep it. We'll
Thank you.
bleep it.
We'll bleep it.
No, I'm kidding. But I think that goes to show,
That's
like,
fucked.
I think that's why Christmas movies are so special to me, because I only watch them like from like December 1st through the 25th,
Leading up.
and then
Yeah.
it's done.
It's a hard stop. You have a
Yeah,
hard stop.
hard stop.
You have a hard stop at the
Yeah.
top of the hour.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
I think my mom does that too, but it's because they go to Cabo the next day and they don't want
Okay.
to come back and deal with
Well,
it.
that's very
Okay.
fair.
That
Yeah,
makes
right.
sense. That makes sense.
My
You know,
mom
that's
has gone as far as unplugging our neighbor's Christmas lights
up.
because it gets into the new year, and she, for whatever reason, sorry, Mom, if I'm outing you here.
She
and it-
doesn't listen. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Or
like,
does she, and she just doesn't tell you?
maybe.
she's
But so I have vivid childhood memories of her like pulling the car over and being like, "These motherfuckers."
That's hilarious. That's
Just
awesome.
unplug
She's not having
Oh,
it.
I
Yeah.
support that. Like,
Joe's mom is
don't
so
like get your lazy
epic
ass
in
off
that
the couch
way.
and take your Christmas lights
Yeah.
down.
When I
If
Yeah.
people
go out of
it's
town.
February.
Well,
take
if she
'em down.
listens to this episode, that's gonna get her fired up. What you just said.
Yeah. People go out of town.
But take them down before, like you said.
Yeah. What if they're
I
old?
think
Then
like
get a person to take them down.
what
Hire
I've
someone.
realized is your Christmas lights need to be down by January 15th. I think before
Thank
then
you.
is fine.
There needs to be a deadline.
My mom would say January 1st, hard stop.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
but
fair.
people go out of town, and I understand that. And it's like, I'm still enjoying the holidays. Don't make me work on my days off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are days off in between Christmas.
January 15th is reasonable. I think that's doable. I think people are back, ready to roll at that point.
Ready to rock. Yeah.
And January 1st, people are probably gone for New Year's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when you stopped believing in Santa Claus? Or
Yes.
do you remember what happened that made you stop believing in Santa Claus?
Me and my sister made sure that my brother still believed in Santa until he was like well into 6th grade. I'm not kidding.
That's worse.
No, we
That's
were like-
worse than telling them.
But
I
we
think.
I don't know. He just always, he still
cute.
believed. And we were like, let's just make it.
Let's ride this out as
Yeah.
long as he's willing to.
Sixth grade.
He was old. He's
That's old.
I would have
That
been.
is old.
I would
I
have been.
swear.
I would have been really old. I would have been that old. I would have been. I would have believed in. I would have believed in Santa until 16 if I had the chance. But my mom kind of fucked up. Tammy, I know you're listening, honey. She had. So I found my teeth from the tooth fairy in her jewelry box, and I was like, "Bitch, what the fuck is this?" And she was like, had to tell me the tooth fairy wasn't real, because she tried to play this whole scheme of like, oh no, like the tooth fairy ran out of stock and like I have to keep your teeth. And I looked at her and she was like, okay, like yeah, the tooth fairy is not real, but like everything else is real. I'm
that
like,
was the same with the Easter bunny.
so
for
I
me.
yeah okay
The
so
Easter
then
Bunny's not real, but everything else is, and you
So
guys
then-
fell
You
for
guys
that.
actually-
You're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay, as
Easter
long as
Bunny?
everything
no,
else
I
is.
fucking felt that because I wanted to fucking believe. Okay, I wanted to believe, bitch. So Easter rolls around and I open the trunk. She's like, can you help me with the groceries? I open the trunk. This is like a few months later. There's a bunch of fucking Easter eggs in the back of the trunk. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And she was like, I thought you knew the Easter bunny wasn't real. I was like, that was the fucking tooth fairy. And I was like, if the tooth fairy isn't real and the Easter bunny isn't real, Santa ain't real.
Yeah, you started putting the pieces together.
And
Started
she was
connecting some
like-
dots.
She was like, cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, it's time
But
for you to
doesn't that
know.
make you kind of excited to have kids eventually and like
Oh, it's gonna be
figure
so
out
fun.
how you're gonna do that?
I'm gonna do footsteps from the fucking.
You're gonna do Elf on
Oh,
the Shelf.
the cookies.
I'm
You
gonna
take
do
a bite out of the cookies.
I'm gonna do milk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have footsteps even going to our fridge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have.
Did you guys go on that website that would like
Yeah,
track
track
where
Santa.
Santa?
Oh, yeah.
TrackSanta.com.
Oh, I
that's
still
one-
look at that.
That's one of my favorite
Yeah, I still
scenes
look.
from Christmas Vacation.
Hey, kids. I heard on the news that an airline pilot spotted Santa's sled on its way in from New York. You serious, Clark?
Are you fucking serious?
You serious?
Santa is
The
real.
Santa tracker
You
is really
believe?
fun. I still believe.
Yeah.
I just think he stops giving you presents around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I think he's real. I
Well,
think
it's
he's
the
real.
Polar Express. If you don't
Yeah.
believe, you're not going to hear the bell ring.
Great movie.
Yeah.
But if you believe, the bell's still ringing and he's
Right.
still bringing you
The
presents.
bells are
You're
still
darn
ringing for me.
Fucking
Yeah.
tootin',
The bells are
Courtney.
still ringing for me, Courtney. And honestly,
That movie makes me cry. If you're,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a movie that makes me cry, I am sobbing at the end of that movie.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Me too.
And here's a quick clip of Polar Express that could get us into some copyright infringements.
Get us the blazes out of here!
I had multiple moments in my childhood where I should have known that Santa wasn't real, but I kept on believing. And I don't know if it was because I
Sorry.
just wanted to believe so bad or that I was just a little dumb. But there was one year where we were wrapping presents for my relatives and we were using wrapping paper. And then on Christmas morning, it was the same wrapping paper. And so
Yeah, that's one of the reasons how I found out.
I look at
Yeah.
Fucking wrapping paper.
Yeah, so
And the
parents-
handwriting.
So parents out there, do not use the same wrapping paper. But I
You
look,
have to be detail oriented. Detail oriented.
and my parents were not, and they put the same wrapping paper out under the tree Christmas morning, and I look at them and I go, "Oh my God, Santa has the same wrapping paper as us."
But do
And
you
it
think?
never occurred to me that this was my parents wrapping the presents.
But do you
Yeah.
think at that point your parents just wanted you to find out?
Maybe. Maybe.
They were like,
Maybe.
They were like, let's just make it as easy as possible
am
for him to
sick
find
of
out that
it.
Santa's not real.
Well,
They were like, this
like,
is going to be
let's just-
embarrassing if
yeah.
he goes into 6th grade
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he still believes in
we don't have the
Santa.
heart to tell them, but
Yeah.
let's try to.
We don't want our
Let's try
kid
to
to
let
be
him
a
figure it out
fucking
himself.
pussy.
Yeah.
We don't want him going to 6th grade trying to convince everyone Santa's fucking real.
Yeah.
This little loser.
Talk about an ick.
Talk about it.
You're
About
like the
a
one kid in
fucking
class
egg.
that's like, no, guys, Santa is real. Like, I don't know how you
Oh,
guys
I've definitely
don't.
been part of those
No, I
conversations
was-
on the bus. On
yeah,
the
me
bus on
too.
the way to work, I have a vivid childhood memory of there was
On
a
the way to
couple
work?
kids
On the way to school.
on the way to school.
Nah, he's at his
No,
9
I
to
was
5.
fucking
Don't do some
grinding.
work.
Yeah, you guys might have been going to school. I was fucking grinding.
Yeah, he was-
all right?
he
That
was
shit was
working.
work, pal.
That's how he got to his manager role today.
Yeah, hey, fruits of my labor all around us. So there was another year, I can't remember if it was before or after that incident, where we would always go to Macy's every year and they had a big box for the wish list. So you could, and they were
Oh,
like,
yep.
hey, we're going to, this
North
is a
Pole.
the Santa's P.O. box for Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And we're like, great, we got to go to Macy's because I know that they're going to get that one. I don't trust the USPS to go
No.
all the way to the North Pole.
Definitely not.
Let's go to Macy's. Let's do the real thing. And so we would go to Macy's every year, and I would make a little wish list for Santa Claus, and I'd put it in there. And I forgot to there was one year I really wanted a TV that played both VHS and DVDs because we had all the old like Disney movies that were on VHS, but then all the new movies were coming out on DVD, which like you kind of fucked a lot of people
You
out
were
there.
in between.
Technology companies.
You were in an in-between.
Yeah, they forced us. I would still be
Bezos.
watching VHSs. Nothing wrong with them. They forced us into the DVD game, and it was awful because you got some VHSs and you got to go into certain rooms to watch videos. Let's not get into it. But I wanted the TV that had both, and I forgot to put it on my Christmas wish list. And I dropped it in the P.O. box, and it like hit me like a sack of potatoes. And I look at my parents, I go, we got to open this thing
Get
up.
your noose out.
We got to open
Get your fucking noose.
We got to open this thing up. They're like, we can't open it. We can't open it. There's like all kinds of other people's stuff in there. You're probably never going to find it. I go, no, we
Get
need
your
to open it up.
drill. Unscrew the mailbox.
Yeah.
We gotta get it. I forgot.
That sounds like a better route.
And my
You were
parents,
in turmoil.
yeah, my parents were like, it's gonna be fine. I was like, no, it's not. He's never gonna know I want this TV. And so the TV comes on Christmas morning, and I still am like, how did he know? And then my dad made up this whole story about how he found Santa Claus's phone number, and he was able to do it for me.
That's cute.
And I thought he was a legend for that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You're like,
he
my
was.
dad's got it.
That's a great story.
Yeah, my dad's got
an
it with Santa.
in
I
with
told my friends, I
Santa.
was like, you guys need Santa's phone number? We have it.
Yeah.
My dad has it. So if
My
you guys
dad's
ever,
got it in with Santa.
If you guys
so.
ever need it.
Sorry, I'm sick.
It's a landline.
That's really sweet.
And then you
I love
got
that
it.
story.
You got the
Yeah, I got the
present.
TV and everything worked out perfectly.
But
have
that-
you guys
that
ever had a
gave you a
moment like
hint?
that? Like a vivid childhood memory of Christmas morning getting a present you really wanted? Like the red bike. You
Oh my
walk down
God.
the stairs.
My parents were like, "Oh, your gift's downstairs in the basement. This is so cool." We go downstairs and there's like a drum set and an electric guitar, and we just start
real ones, not like Rock Band.
Real.
Okay.
Which was just like so cool.
Also,
There was-
Rock Band. That was sick.
Yeah, Rock Band,
That
but
was-
like Rock
out
Band,
Rock
but make it like early
Rock Band
2000s, you
fuck.
know. And I just remember that being like so cool, and like all of our friends would come over.
Did you play the drums?
We both sucked at both.
That would be cool if you were really like that was your hidden talent.
Like
Your
we
parents were like
both were,
hoping
like,
you'd become prodigies.
yeah.
You're just like
Awful.
"Ring,
Not
ring."
musically talented at all. But they were like so fun. I would not do that for my kids. That's so annoying. So loud.
But like, put him in the basement. Don't see him for a few hours. That's probably what they were trying to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. It was like so exciting though. Big
also,
red
that would have been
bows.
sick if you learned the electric guitar.
Girl, yeah.
You
Didn't
should-
work out.
When you guys
Okay,
were
what
little,
was
didn't
a
you?
present in your head that you were like, holy fuck?
My number one Christmas present was I got a Barbie Jeep.
Sick.
And
Like a car?
yeah.
Toy
It
car.
was like a toy car. Have you guys seen those?
No, toy cars, fuck.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah. I
So-
never got one of those. I'm jealous.
I had a Barbie Jeep and I immediately got in and drove it straight into our like our couch. And
Totally.
just like started driving.
Total.
It.
Dude, honestly, if you think about it, motorized toy cars for children is actually an insane concept.
My brother had a
Yeah.
John Deere one. And so we would just drive him around the neighborhood and we were just driving down the street. Like I felt so cool.
Oh, I felt
That
so
is
sick.
sick.
Yeah.
I felt so sick.
I loved my Barbie
My
Jeep.
grandma got me a Pepsi Cola one.
Oh,
But
that's
she
cool.
and like a sports car NASCAR.
Okay,
Pepsi
so you
Cola
had one too. You
Jeff
literally
Gordon.
were
You're a little
driving
Jeff
it.
Gordon out there.
Like,
and I'd put her
yeah.
I'd put her little fucking dog in it, and I only was able to drive it when I was at her house. So I always wanted to go to
Oh,
grandma's
yeah.
house.
That's smart.
Life hack for grandma.
That's a good
Yeah.
grandma time.
life hack for grandma.
Keep the gifts at your house so
Yep.
they got to come to
That's
you.
such
Yeah.
a good present. Mine was Barbie themed too.
Yeah.
My stick out present for me was 2001 Barbie Hotel.
Every
2001?
girl,
You know
every
the
girl
year.
had something.
I looked
Barbie.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked it up last
Did you have a
night.
Barbie?
Yeah, I was really into the Bratz dolls.
I was so into Bratz in my
Yeah.
later years.
And Polly
I was
Pockets.
into those sluts.
My
Yeah,
my
love
mom
the
didn't really
slutty
let me
girls.
have brats. She didn't like brats.
My
Bunch of
mom
sluts.
didn't like Bratz
Yeah.
either.
bunch
My,
of
no,
sluts.
My
mom
mom was a
liked
prude.
it, but like it was like really good incentive to get us to do shit.
Yeah.
It was like, all right,
If you
get good
listen
grades,
to,
you get a Bratz doll.
I was obsessed with Barbies. If you listen to my mom's episode, she admits that she had a hard time knowing how to play with me. Because when we'd play Barbies, all she would do is like change their outfits.
Well,
She
that's
didn't really
hard,
know
yeah.
how to like play.
I honestly, at this age, I probably wouldn't really know.
I would
It's
know.
really hard
I
hanging
would
out
know
with kids.
exactly what to do. I don't have any hard time
not
hanging out with
around
kids.
toddlers so
I
much.
become an 8-year-old in my
That's
body.
amazing.
That's a
You're
good
gonna be a
trait.
great mom.
Yeah.
And I play. I know how to fucking play. That's what I'll
dope.
say right now, bitch.
Before we get off the Barbie
Joe's
topic,
like, let me get a word
Yeah,
in.
let me get a fucking word in. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I'm like a bottle of wine deep.
Did you know that Barbie is up for Person of the Year? Time Magazine Person of the
Well,
Year.
they already nominated it.
Wait, like Margot Robbie? Or?
No, there's a short list.
No, like Barbie.
Barbie.
I don't get it.
There's a short. So like Time Magazine, they do it. It's like a very famous.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought Taylor Swift got it.
oh, she
Yeah,
did
she
get
did
it.
win.
She got
She
it.
won.
Taylor got it.
So
Oh,
good.
Which is
congratulations,
obvious,
Taylor.
Which is obvious.
Yeah.
Well,
she
she beat out
literally
Barbie.
fueled the economy this
Wait,
year.
how
Like,
was Barbie nominated though? If that's
The concept
if
of
it's not a
Barbie.
person, yeah, just the concept.
Yeah, it was controversial for sure. People were like, "What the fuck?
interesting.
Give it to a real."
or
person.
give it to Margot Robbie.
Did this year suck
Yeah.
this bad that we're giving it
Yeah.
to a fake person?
Yeah, I
The
feel
year
like
did
that
not
would have
suck.
been weird.
2023 was amazing.
2023 was a good
Amazing year.
What was so good
2023 was
about it?
pretty crazy,
You
but
guys
there
got
was a
engaged.
recession.
We got engaged.
You
We
guys
did
got engaged.
We got engaged. That's right, folks. We're having our engagement.
Taylor
party
Swift popped
Friday.
off.
Taylor Swift
popped
did.
It was a
off.
year for women as well.
Yeah.
Women were popping off.
Yeah.
Women were popping off this year. We'll give them that.
Women were finger popping.
But there
off
was
this
a
year.
recession and there were a lot of layoffs, so we have to look
Yeah,
at
but none
that
of us got
space.
laid off.
But none of us got laid off.
So
Oh, that's nice of the crowd. Thank you.
We made the cut.
Yeah,
Work hard, baby.
We're surviving out here. Alrighty.
This was an incredible episode.
This was an incredible episode. So I also,
I don't think we're going to have to edit anything.
I don't think we're really gonna have to edit much at all. But I do want to say, if you've made it this far, and I'll make a clip of this too. But it's getting to the end of the year here at the Big Brown Sack podcast, and we want to do a couple fun things for the fans. And so one of the things we want you to do, and this can be anybody who listens to the podcast, we want to nominate a Sacker of the Year.
Whoa.
And
That's
so
huge.
if you feel like you
Listener,
have what it takes,
you don't have to have been on the podcast.
You don't have to have been on the
You could be a listener,
podcast.
You could also be a guest, but you could just be a listener.
if you identify as a Sacker and you feel like you have what it takes to win Sacker of the Year, that's really all you need. And you need to send us a 30-second to 1-minute clip of why you should be the Sacker of the Year. We'll go through all the videos on our next episode or in one of the episodes, and we will pick a winner and we'll send you something nice. We are thinking about getting some merch together, so maybe we'll send you some merch or something like
I
that.
need a hoodie.
Thinking about doing our first sweatshirts.
I need a
Yeah.
hoodie.
Okay.
I need
Well-
it to be brown. I need the logo to be pink. That's what I need.
You
Alrighty.
are on our same
Yeah.
wavelength,
Yep.
babe.
And we also want to nominate a guest of the year. And so we're going to send out a Google poll. If you like the episode with Erika and Courtney today, you can go ahead and vote for them. Or-
Reminder, we're a really good holiday party dates.
Yes.
So if you were trying to scheme for another
Yeah.
date to your holiday party or holiday event or event in general or
Vote
a
for
date
us.
in general, you're going to want to send
yes.
You're going to want to
So,
submit us as a vote.
if you want to be the Sacker of the Year, send us a 30-second to 1-minute clip of why you think you should be the Sacker of the Year. We'll go through it and we'll pick a winner and you'll get something from us. And we would love for you to vote for our guest of the year. We'll send out a Google poll on one of our social medias. If you follow us anywhere, we'll make sure that you can see it and go vote for guest of the year, and we'll send them something nice as well.
But you can't vote for yourselves. Okay? If you were a guest, you can't
Right.
vote for yourself.
Right. Actually, I think
I don't trust that people
Yeah.
are going to do that.
I don't trust the people are going to do that, but I'll try to.
I
I'll
know
say
who I'm
I
voting
will
Honor
make.
for.
system, honor system.
Me too. I actually know who I'm voting
Yeah.
for.
You guys are going to vote for each other.
No.
No.
I already know.
You just said we
I'll
can't
tell you
vote for
after.
ourselves.
Well, it'll be like a group thing. It's like you can vote for Erika and Courtney. It's not going to be like you're going to vote for Erika or Courtney.
Oh, you're
Okay.
not going to
Yeah,
pin us
that'd be
against each
rude.
other.
That'd
No,
be
we're not
rude.
going to pin you against each other.
I still know who I'm voting for. It's
Yeah.
separate.
Who are you going to vote for?
I was going to say your aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
fun.
That was one of my favorite episodes.
I really liked
Really?
Yeah.
John
They
and
had great
Soso.
wisdom.
They like made me cry. Like that was a very
Yeah.
like
that's
emotional.
Yeah, I took away a lot from
Yeah.
that too.
They had really good advice. They felt like I don't know.
Okay,
They were
well
just
that's
goals.
that's
That's
episode 14.
really sweet.
Yeah.
I
That's
also
episode
like
14 with Aunt
loved
John and-
Tammy's episode.
Tammy's episode was
Tammy
great.
was fired. Tammy was fired. God, we
Yep.
had some good guests.
Tammy
don't
is
we?
episode 9. Unpack your sack.
We also were talking about Garrett and Jody's episode today of how fun
Yeah,
that
that was a
story is when
good
they show
one.
up in the graveyard with their Halloween costume.
Peyton and Joey, they were good.
Peyton and Joey. You guys were saying before the podcast how cool you thought Peyton and
Yeah.
Joey were.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of really great
There's
guys.
a lot of
solid
competition
guys.
out there. A lot of competition. Some might say this is a really good production we're putting together in this
Yeah.
podcast. We have really good stuff.
guys.
If
I
you,
mean,
if-
look at this.
Yeah.
Joe, come on, give him a flex.
Hey, there it is, folks.
Oh, he lifts.
If you're not watching the YouTube, you're missing out on some bicep licking. Anyways,
Straight up.
take
your shirt
And there'll be
off.
more of that later.
Yeah.
and,
take it off.
and the OnlyFans.
on our
It's time.
OnlyFans.
We don't have an OnlyFans if we haven't gotten that
Yeah,
joke
it's a
yet.
joke.
But if you think you would pay for it, let us know somehow.
It's a joke. Wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Any last words before we sign off, ladies?
Thanks for having us. I love you guys.
I love you
I
guys.
love all of you so much.
We
We
love you
wouldn't
too.
have you on here
Really
if we
proud of
didn't
you
love
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We love you too.
We're putting ourselves out there. We're getting vulnerable.
That's been episode
Whatever.
23 of the Big Brown Sack podcast, the Christmas episode. Thanks so much for listening.